just wanted to add, when I'm channeling, I'm not thinking, I'm flowing with energy. So, like, I'm about to post this audio, and I don't remember a lot that's in it, but I remember the feeling. When I was channeling this, I was in the car, and it just came to me, and it been like that for the last couple of days. Um, and I'm putting it out because I feel like it's a important message for right now, because I'm seeing a lot of people talk about it. Um, so I know that it's a collective consciousness thing. It's a frequency that some of us is tapping into, and we coming out with a similar message about being in control of your own mind, being your own individual is very important right now. I remember when I was channeling this message, I felt like that was very important, and I've been repeating that message a lot in my readings. So I'm gonna trust the audio. I don't remember all that I said, to be real. I'm gonna review it later. Um, but right now, I'm just gonna attach it to. This is one of my like pre-made videos where I have like, you remember I used to have the flame, but now I have the animations and stuff. And I hope y'all like my animations because they really fun to me. Like, even if y'all don't like it, I'm still gonna do it. It's just something that if you're gonna watch my channel, you probably should get used to, because I get bored easily. So when I get bored, I get creative, and then I start to like play around with things. So to keep me intrigued and interested in whatever I'm doing, I keep reinventing. So I have animations now. In the future, I might have whole skits and stuff like that. It's going to change. That's basically what I'm saying. So I hope people don't mind, but I'm loving the animation thing right now, and it keeps my mind busy. Um, my mind need to be stimulated. So learning how to do this, like the animations and stuff, really stimulated my mind. I learned something, and it was fun, and it's creative. So all the energies that I love. Now, I remember talking about clones. I did mention a few celebrities, so y'all know that was channel as well. I have a good memory, but a lot of times, like when I'm not even in my mind, I'm just channeling. Spirit will put the image in my mind. Our spirit will in my mind's eye. Our spirit will make me feel that experience, so I could go back there and remember it. You get what I'm saying? So I haven't had time to review this, so I hope I didn't say nothing offensive. No, that ain't never my intentions, and I doubt that I did anyways. Well, shit, my offensive may be different than everybody else's though. So, anyways, I'm just gonna play the audio. I just wanted to give that disclaimer because I wanted people to know that I be in different states. I be in different states of consciousness and awareness. I be in different states because when I say that I'm sensitive, that means that I could just feel everything influencing my energy and my spirit. Um, I feel things intensely, and that's what I mean by sensitive. I used to think it was a curse. Like, damn, because I grew up in the hood, and being vulnerable and sensitive wasn't a good trait to have. Now, I'm not scary, but I do get my feelings hurt, and um, I can't really handle violence like that. I don't know. It's something about the energy right now. I already, my communication, like my pronunciation is not that good, but it's like even worse now. It's even worse now. And I'm seeing other people struggle with it too. So I know that it's something in the energy. But at one point I wanted to get rid of it because in my environment I had to be able to endure what I was experiencing. So I found a way to handle it. I was protected by spirit as well. I went through some rough situations, but I felt like um, I don't know. I kind of felt like I was handled kind of gentle, even though I've been through some really bad shit. I don't know. Maybe I'm just optimistic like that, y'all. I'm just optimistic. So, yeah, I am naturally optimistic, and that's what protected me. Because if I wasn't, some of the stuff that I experienced, I could have lost my mind. I might not have learned from it. I seen people, I seen it happen. So, but later in life, I started to appreciate my sensitivity and seeing it as a gift instead of a curse. And then I kind of figure out that other people still don't see it that way. Because I used to tell people all the time, like, look, just don't hurt me. My intention's good. I'm sensitive. I can't deal with certain ish. I can't deal with certain games. I be setting boundaries to protect my spirit. Because when I hurt very deeply. People don't understand. People don't understand. Like, when something break my heart, I feel like I'm dying. Okay? When I see somebody else get injured, it hurts me physically, you know? So I have to set up boundaries to protect myself. But now that we are in a different time, though my sensitivity is starting to be utilized because I'm able to tap into other frequencies that it may be hard for some people who don't have the sensitivity that I have. So, and I feel like that's it. I already been talking 8 minutes just explaining myself, y'all. My bad, my bad, my bad. I'm sorry for real. Stay blessed. So I was sitting here thinking about cloning, and it's not real, y'all. It's not real. It just don't make no damn sense. For one, it costs too much money, too much time, too much to clone somebody when you could just control them, the original person. Like, you know how they be saying that Young Jeezy and all of that is clone and stuff like that. No, they are a clone, but it's like they mentality, they are conditioned to be a slave to the industry. They are conditioned. These people, these celebrities, because their energy is so valuable that so many people are like attracted to them and pay attention to them and stuff like that. That people who control the industry, they instantly try to go and get those people written into a contract so they will have control over that person's light and utilize that person's light to make money off of it. So, And they have multiple ways of breaking you and brainwashing you and stuff like that. It is similar to like joining a cult. They put people into your lives to help manipulate you in certain situations. Um, so it's like these people, they become slaves to the industry, mentally, physically, and emotionally become slaves to the industry. A prime example of that is like Britney Spears. Now, they were just so in our face with Britney Spears that it was shocking. Like, they were so in our face, the abuse that they put Britney Spears with, because I remember when I was young, and before Chris Crocker or whatever came out and said that leave Britney Spears alone, I was feeling like that bitch. I was like, damn. Like, I could understand why she was going crazy. These people was in her face all the time. Paparazzi was like aggressive then. And then when they took away her kids from her and put her into that legal shit where she don't even have control of her own life. I was like, damn. So they do stuff like that to people all the time in the industry, but it's usually in the background. It's not stuff that you see, but that was just so in your face. And that because we are in like judgment, revelation times right now. So everybody and everything being exposed, like all the little ugly undercurrents of the world is being exposed. And then once it's exposed, we have to decide what we do with that energy. But the problem is that they exposing things and releasing certain things for a very specific reason. It influenced the way that you think and perceive. Like them even exposing all these celebrities right now is for a reason. Whatever feeling that generates in people, like a distrust, I don't know, a whole lot of shit, honestly. They wanted you to feel that. They wanted you to feel that. That's why you can't get caught up into nothing. Not a motherfucking thing. You really can't. Like, you could observe it, you could be entertained by it, but be real careful what you decide to invest your energy in. Because a lot of things out here is very misleading, and it's like just another way to get you caught up and trapped. And it's only going to lead you back into being complacent or being a slave to this reality. So we just going to have to break those cycles. And I know that it's like, it's really a individual process. Like, people feel like they constantly have to do something outside of themselves. But no, the change start with you. You work on yourself, and then you automatically will start to change. Like, the people around you are the people who speak to you or listen to you automatically. But nah, people like there are people who investigating this case. Now I've been Oh, nah, that's a different video, y'all. That's a different video. Okay. I'm working on that one. I'm working on that one. So go back to the clone. So a lot of times we will see celebrities and they act weird. And people be like they glitching. Yeah, in a way they are, but it could be a situation where they is told to act a certain type of way when they get on camera, and if they don't, then they will have some form of punishment. if they rebel against this powerful ass industry. I remember one time I seen a picture of Rihanna, and I think she was at like some type of palace meeting some type of royal person, and I just remember feeling like, oh yeah, they brung her there for a very specific reason. I ain't gonna dig too deep into the details, but it's something that she didn't want to do. She didn't want to do. Because when the industry own you, and not just own you, but they do start to own your mind and your spirit, because they have you living in fear. Or they find something that you're attached to and they use that against you. That's why people are always talking about detaching from things down here, because it could always use to manipulate you, and there's no real reason to be attached to anything down here, because it's like we just playing out a role here. You know, we souls having an experience in a 3D body, and then when we die, we're going to go back to energy. But we do still have attachments, because we feel things like love and empathy and compassion and stuff like that, and that's going to form an attachment. Now, and that's good. When you have certain attachments, it keeps you grounded. I talk about my daughter, how even though I had her young, I was always very appreciative to have her, because I have a chaotic spirit, very sensitive, and you know, I'm always like looking for experience and stuff like that. So but not in a way that I'm just out there doing like crazy shit, because I also have a spirit where I feel very old. Like, I experienced this reality quite a bit of times, so nothing really impressed me like that. Like, when I was growing up, I wasn't into going clubbing and shit like that, but I was into other stuff. Other stuff. And no, it ain't sex either. It's more was mental stuff. I think stuff that stimulated me mentally in some type of way. Skipping school or something like that to go do something that interests me more. So turn on my air conditioning. So having some attachments is good, depending on your perception of things. Some people are scared to have any attachment because they don't been hurt, or they been separated from their attachment in some type of way, and that's what make a attachment unhealthy. It's like choosing to be with somebody because they make you happy, and then when y'all break up, you hate that person. And not because they did. Let's say that y'all broke up because, I don't know, y'all just fell out of love or something. So, or maybe that person fell out of love and you didn't. And you feel entitled. You feel like that person they owe you some type of loyalty of staying there with you, or staying in a romantic relationship with you, because of how they felt when they first met you. It had changed now for whatever reason. But you can't, like, all that's going to do is hurt your ass. Look at these people in front of me, bro. They like real sleep behind the wheel or something. They almost went off the road. Jeez. Get it together now. Get it together. Why? Because you can't control what nobody else do. You can't control how they feel. You can't control how they think and perceive things. The only thing that you can control is how you handle shit and how you perceive things. Now, this is from a person that still struggle with abandonment issues. Still, okay? It's deeply ingrained and embedded. But I had to, it was stopping my progression. So I had to really figure that shit out and fix it. And the problem is that I was too controlling. I wanted to control not just me, but I wanted to control how the other person wanted to think and perceive the situation too. And I realized, because I've been in situations when I was like on both sides of the fence, and I realized like that's not a healthy way to live life, because it's only going to hurt me and cause me frustration. And when I started to actually practice that, like not having any expectations of other people, but having boundaries, like I tell people, like, look, you could be around me if you treat me good, if you respect me, if you honest with me, and if you got good intentions with me, then we could be cool, we could be around me, and I feel like I could benefit from your energy, and I feel like you could benefit from my energy. And if I'm close to you, I'm going to want to build with you, period. I can't even, sometimes when I'm having conversations with people, I just instantly get into talking about business and stuff like that, and I be trying to not do that, because they could be telling me of an ideal, and I'd be like, damn, that'd be a dope ass business. Like, you could do this. Oh, you could try this. Oh, I get inspired, and then it's like that. So I have to be around people who, they might not have all the answers, because sometimes people tell me stuff like, look, my mind don't operate like yours, and I just can't just start stuff like that. Like, I need time to process or whatever, or and I appreciate that, and I respect that. Because I remember one time I wanted to do a project with somebody, and they was like, oh, no, I needed to be presented to me like this. Because I just wanted to jump right in it. And they was like, nah, I don't work like that. And I kept that in mind, but we didn't work together on that project, and I finished it, because, child, I gotta do stuff while I'm inspired. But I kept that in mind for in the future, because I still feel like she's a valuable person to work with, even if she handled things differently. But I would know how to approach her the next time that I want to do something with her. So, but yeah, back to the cloning. I'm so sorry, y'all. I have to, all of these situations I tied in together though. So I guess that's the beauty of it. But back to the cloning. Yeah. I mean, really think about if they was to like get a celebrity that had all this talent, and then they kill that celebrity just to get a clone, and then they install like that celebrity memories and stuff, it's still gonna cause like that. I think that they could do that, to be real. I think that they have technology to do it, but it's much easier for them to work with what's tried and true, which is controlling their minds, by controlling their fears, by controlling their money, by controlling their reputation. You'd be surprised the things that people would do. And let me get past this truck. And they already had used artists of the past to build a generation where now everybody wants to be famous. Well, YouTube actually created that energy. So then it created the whole energy of clout chasing. And see, people was just online doing stuff, and they was getting so much money from doing that when YouTube first started. And that became everybody goal, everybody dream. And it created a culture of people that would do anything to have clout. I don't even like the word clout, but I don't got no other word, y'all. Damn, bitch. Did I miss my exit? What's going on? No. I didn't. So, and that's when the cloning actually started, because now people kind of forgetting of how to be original. People just trying like other methods. They walking down the paths of other people who got famous off of certain shit, and then they try to walk down that same path so they could get some fame from it. It's like the same thing as the girl with the Gorilla Glue. And then some other girl came out and put Gorilla Glue in her head just because she was trying to walk down that energetic path to gain the same rewards. And it didn't work out like that. It didn't work out. Because that's not the way that you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to create your own path. And that means getting connected to like what you like to do, what makes you happy, who you are, who you are as a person. So, but as far as do I think that they doing that? No. And I actually feel like people need to start paying attention to what makes sense and what don't make sense, because they use this information to manipulate you. And then you can start pinpointing like who's the enemy. You can start doing that, because if this person giving out false information, you could backtrack into why and the reason, and then you could find out like who really at fault for certain shit. Like some time ago, I did a reading. I think I called it "Woman on the Beach" or something like that. I was picking up on this woman. She didn't look like us, but she said that she stayed certain places on the earth and stuff like that. Pretty interesting. But I was first watching the Alien documentary with Bob Lazar. Now, I know what I'm being lied to. So I was watching the documentary and I was feeling some type of way, because I'm like, bitch, this don't even make no sense. I'm asking questions like, well, why, if aliens want to be low key, then why are they spaceships so fucking flashy? If aliens are able to come across galaxies and galaxies or whatever to get to us, like they have the technology to do that, then why the fuck do they come on Earth and crash? And they be crashing in these really chunky ass, ugly ass, saucer ass spaceships, when they could be coming in ships that are invisible and stuff like that, because they so advanced in technology. But they come here and they crash. It just don't make no damn sense to me. Okay? And then when I was tapping into the energy, I was reading about it. It's not real. The reason why they do it is because of manipulation. Like they use that to, okay, so let's say that one day somebody drop a nuke and they want to blame it on somebody. You know, they could pull out that right there and be like, oh, it was aliens, invasions, and stuff like that. Then that way they won't instantly lose the trust of the people. It's like that. You know, they use certain things to manipulate your emotions and try to make you believe certain scenarios because it influences how you feel. And that is so powerful, because if you could get everybody to think the same way, to feel the same way, then that's going to be powerful manifestation for them, for what they want to manifest. So that's why they sit here and program us and put us through all this shit to manipulate us, because they using our energy, they using our light to create a utopia for their motherfucking asses. And I'm saying utopia in any type of way. I keep it here. Just by you feeling like for one, people who run the world, they don't care about money like we care about money. They might even times even forget that money exists because they don't even have to use it. It's like on a micro level, you see it with like celebrities who get a whole bunch of free shit, and just because they are brand and they could walk down that and stuff, it's kind of like that energy. But it's more like these people got so much money and power, like they don't ever have to touch money, they don't ever have to deal with money, and they don't ever have to worry about the price of something. So it's almost like non-existent to them. They could just do what they want, and that means. But it's a really good book called, what is it called? I'm gonna put it on my IG, y'all, because I can't remember the name right now. But so books, this is a fiction book. But what I'm trying to get people to understand, like the way that I look at things, when I'm watching movies and books and stuff like that, I'm looking at energy. And there's a certain way that things have to work down here in order for it to work out in the first place. So I do feel like they have to give us parts of the truth in order to be able to make us believe. Like you need a little bit of the truth to make people believe. You want to know why? Because there's a certain type of energy that truth holds that instantly make you feel connected to it and resonate with it. So that's why people who are really good liars, they put like a little bit of the truth in it to create that Alright, hold up, y'all. To create that sensation in you. That's why you have to go by actions as well. You can't just go by what people say. But that's how they get into you. But with my energy, I'm hella sensitive. So even if my mind don't catch it, like I don't know what's happening, I could just feel it. Like you could tell like a truth, I get that resonation feeling. And then you start to tell lies, it gonna instantly start to feel differently. And then I'll be like, oh nah. I might even say like, this is some bullshit, like That's usually what I do. When somebody bullshitting me, I'm like, like I get a spirit of protest or something. It don't feel good. It don't feel right. And my body start to react to that. And not all the time. Like I know when people, I don't always know. Okay, I have been fooled before, but these people was good, And I learned a lot. The last person who really fooled me, for one, I was in a vulnerable state, and for two, they had a position in my life that I trusted them. I thought I could. So, and one day I might just break down like what they did, because I want to break it down myself. I already have a million times, but I don't have like, or whatever. I broke it down to heal from it. So, and it's really interesting. She was fucking good, bitch. She was good at what she did. She should have been a detective or something, She was good. Cause y'all, I don't even talk to a lot of people. I'm real selective, very selective. I always been like that. I'm just like that naturally. So I was slightly impressed, disgusted, but impressed. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up because now I feel like I'm rambling. I just want to talk about that because I want people to start to see like what's really happening, and that could change a lot. That could change a lot if we could all like get on the same page and change like the vibration of all of humanity. And if it's not for all of humanity, then it could at least be beneficial to you in your own personal life. Because you're so powerful as an individual that if you start to pay attention and like really figure out who you are and what you want in life and start acting on your purest actions, then it will start to benefit you. Your life ain't gonna just be like perfect. You still gonna have issues, but the way that you handle it and perceive it, you're not gonna go through the heartache and the pain, and you're gonna have a lot less issues. Or when you have issues, you will come out on the side of being like exalted or something. Like you will be blessed, depending on how you handle it. So, anyways, y'all, stay blessed.